So if you've just been diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome or hypermobility spectrum disorder, or even if you're just waiting for your diagnosis and doing some research and looking at things online and trying to get used to the lingo, you've probably came across the term zebra be used a lot for someone with EDS or with HSD. So that's what I'm talking about today. What is the zebra? Why the zebra? Why is it such a big symbol in the community? You'll even notice that the Ehlers-Danlos Society have a whole campaign going, and it's used a lot in logos. I'm just all over the place, really. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So if you're confused about that, tune in. So basically what it comes down to is that in medical terms, the zebra is used in a sentence. And you might have heard this phrase before and you might not have. So there's the phrase in the medical world that if you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras. And the whole point around that phrase is, well, if you're a doctor and you're with a patient and you're looking at symptoms to try and diagnose the person and see what's wrong, that you should think of the obvious first. And that, I suppose, goes without saying. That makes sense. So think of horses if you hear hoofbeats. Don't think of zebras or, I suppose, unicorns or anything else. Actually, kind of would have preferred if we were unicorns. That would have been a lot better. But anyway, so that's really where it came from. Now, originally, it is a thing that all rare conditions are zebras. Everyone with a rare condition, because we are, that zebra. We're not the horse. And that's why diagnosis for us can take longer than with other conditions, because we're technically rare. Although you'll hear me talk about in some of the other videos that we're more rarely diagnosed than actually rare. And certainly for, certain types of EDS, that is true. But for some reason, even though the zebra is used for a general term for people with rare conditions, the EDS community have really taken it over, more so than anyone. So, to be honest, if someone told me they were a zebra, which you might meet people online and they'll say, oh my God, you're a zebra too. You might meet them outside of an EDS group or, an unrelated group. If someone said that to me and then I found out they didn't have EDS or HSD, then I would be like, oh, but it is actually used, I suppose, as a general term for rare conditions. So that's important to note as well. So I suppose it's kind of nice having our own animal and kind of having our own lingo. But I know if you're new to the whole world of EDS and HSD and online groups and everything that comes with it, all this lingo can probably be hard to get your head around. So that's really a quick explanation of what the zebra is. Some people in the community don't like the idea of the zebra. I think they think it, takes away from the seriousness of the condition. Other people just think it's a bit of fun and it's a nice term and stuff. I suppose I'm kind of, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm all for having fun with conditions, but I can see it from both point of views. I kind of like having our own lingo though, and having our own wee world. There is, other words like spoony and stuff like that, and maybe I'll do another video to explain spoon theory for people with chronic illnesses. And, because I think it's important, I want to have these videos that they're for if you're just newly diagnosed, you know what the hell I'm talking about. So it's important that I, have even these short videos to explain some terminology. If there's any terms and words that you've came across, either on blogs or the newspaper and, on the community groups in general, please put them in the comment section and I'll do a video on them. I hope that's explained what the zebra is, and what do you think also? Do you like the idea of having the zebra, or do you think it's really silly and it makes us look stupid? Put your opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear them.